There's a massive lie floating around the firearms community right now. People actually believe that to get a reliable do-it-all rifle, you need to drop 3 grand, bolt on a dozen aftermarket parts, and spend months waiting on a gunsmith. Nonsense. In 2026, the market is completely flipped, with average rifle prices spiking a brutal 25% across the board. Nobody has the cash for gimmicks or flashy marketing hype anymore. We are seeing a massive flight to value, where American buyers are demanding out-of-the-box perfection and mechanical longevity. Today, we are tearing down the top 5 best-selling platforms on the market, ranking them from the baseline budget brawlers all the way up to the absolute champion of factory precision.
Master Review.
Starting our climb at the foundation, we have the Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport 3. Think of this rifle as the blue-collar worker who finally got a major promotion. It's the new baseline standard for home defense, permanently stepping away from those overgassed, outdated carbine-length systems of the past. Running around $650 to $700 on the street, this thing is built for the guy who needs a highly capable defensive carbine without maxing out a credit card. Smith & Wesson threw in a smoother mid-length gas system and a 15-inch free-floating M-LOK handguard. The other day at the range, I watched a guy running modern C-clamp drills with one of these, completely stock, dumping heavy 77-grain OTMs into center mass with lightning-fast follow-up shots. It shoots incredibly smooth because that longer gas system drops the bolt-unlock velocity, saving wear on your internal parts. Now, the trigger still feels like a standard unit, so it's not going to win any precision bench rest competitions. Reality check. It permanently killed the old bare minimum standard, forcing every other budget AR to get better or die. Stepping up from the modern sporting rifle, the Henry Big Boy X mode, we shift gears into a platform that feels like your grandfather's cowboy gun went to tactical night school. The Henry Big Boy X model is single-handedly driving a massive lever-action renaissance. This isn't just for nostalgia. This is a highly capable defensive tool, especially for folks trapped in states with heavy semi-auto magazine capacity restrictions. Sitting around an $849 street price, it entirely bypasses those ban lists while offering devastating stopping power. I've got a buddy out on the coast who uses this exactly for that reason, protecting his property completely within the law. Chambered in heavy pistol calibers, it comes factory threaded at 5.8x24. When you run heavy subsonic .38 specials through a titanium suppressor on this lock breech system, there is 0 port pop escaping the action. It legitimately sounds like a pneumatic air rifle. At over 7 pounds empty, it's a chunky piece of steel to lug around on a long patrol. Reality check. It might be heavy, but it is the quietest, most legally bulletproof home defense setup on the global market today. If we are talking sheer volume and mandatory training value, the Ruger 10/22, we have to look at the immortal Sensi of the gun world. The Ruger 10/22 is still the undisputed king of rimfire. With centerfire ammo costs climbing into the stratosphere, this little platform has become the primary surrogate for high-volume tactical and precision training. Ruger didn't just sit on their hands. They modernized it for 2026 with a factory BX trigger, instantly cutting the pull weight in half and killing that notoriously heavy sear creep. I was watching a local NRL 22 match recently, and a shooter with a standard modernized 10/22 was effortlessly ringing miniature steel at 100 yards, completely holding his own against guys running expensive custom chassis rigs. It features an M-LOK polymer stock and a critical rear cleaning port, so you can finally clean that dirty blowback action safely from breech to muzzle. It's a sub-caliber, so it obviously isn't your primary threat neutralization tool. Reality check. If you aren't using this to supplement your live fire training right now, you are literally burning your hard-earned money. Moving into serious centerfire territory, the Ruger American Generation 2, we hit a rifle that used to be the ugly duckling of the rack, but just came back from the gym as a heavyweight contender. The Ruger American Generation 2 is the single biggest success story in the utility hunting market right now. For a street price hovering around $600, this platform is heavily targeting the modern sporting crowds. It's completely suppressor-ready out of the box, featuring a factory-threaded spiral-fluted barrel and a radial port muzzle brake. I took one of these out in the Midwest, running a .350 Legend straight wall cartridge, and the 3-lug bolt with its short 70-degree throw cleared my massive optic effortlessly. The upgraded splatter-finished synthetic stock doesn't flex against the barrel under heavy bipod loading anymore, thanks to those integral stainless steel V-blocks. The entire barreled action is coated in gunmetal gray Cerakote, which is insane value for this price tier. The action still has a very slight mechanical zip to it compared to high-end customs. Reality check. You no longer need to spend $2,000 to get a rugged, sub-Moe precision hunting tool. If you want absolute perfection, then the Tikka T3x Lite is the top choice. This is the finished surgeon of the firearms world, cold, precise, and entirely flawless. In an economic climate obsessed with budget platforms, this premium import dominates because it mathematically guarantees sub-Moe precision from the Sako factory. Ranging from $800 to $1,500, it explicitly targets the backcountry survival and high-elevation sporting demographics who demand extreme weight reduction. Stripped down, it weighs around 6 pounds. The bolt cycle's like glass. I've seen seasoned shooters run this action so fast and smooth that they never even lose their sight picture on a rapid follow-up shot. The single-stage trigger breaks exactly like a glass rod with zero over-travel. There is absolutely no need for aftermarket bedding or gunsmithing here. It is the absolute pinnacle of decoupling heavy mass from long-range capability. Conclusion: the 2026 market has spoken loud and clear. The era of buying cheap, unfinished projects is dead. Whether you are setting up for home defense or hauling gear up a mountain, the baseline standard is now multi-role versatility, factory-threaded barrels, and undeniable, out-of-the-box reliability. Which one of these platforms are you trusting your training to this year? Drop your setup down below in the comments. Keep your skills sharp, trust your gear, and I'll see you on the range.